Hey guys, Brandon here with Texas Plinking, and again with the Mossberg MVP. I just want to give you guys a little bit of an update with this. I've already done a couple of review and shooting videos with it, but this thing is actually just continuing to impress me that I just feel like I have to update you guys with it. So yeah, in case you guys are not familiar, this is just my Mossberg MVP LR long rifle. This is chambered in 223 or 5.56. And so this was my first gun I got. If you guys are familiar with the beginning of this channel, this is what I started with, and it is just continuing to impress me. So in this particular video, I'm going to be talking about how it performs with two different ammunition types that you guys can compare if you guys wish. So a couple days ago, it got the best grouping yet with me at 300 yards, and I will go ahead and show you guys some shooting footage, and then we'll go ahead and talk about the targets. But let's go ahead and start off with this. This is some Gorilla ammunition. This is 77 grain Sierra Match King. And so this is quite expensive. I ended up buying it just to see what this match stuff can do for me. I used some before, but I just didn't, I was even more novice than I am now, so I didn't really bring it out to its full potential. But anyway, 77 grain Sierra Match King, took it out to 300 yards, and let's go ahead and play some of that footage and we'll go over the targets. Alright, so here is the 5-shot group with the Gorilla 77 grain Sierra Match King ammunition. So 300 yards, Mossberg MVP, aiming dead center right here. And I didn't compensate with the different ammunition I was using at this time, so it went a little to the right and low. But what we're looking for here is grouping, and obviously 300 yards, 223, that is a pretty darn good grouping in my opinion. If I bring out the tape measure, that is exactly 2 inches. As you guys can see there. So and if I take that outlier out right there, that is 1.5 to 1 1/4 on that one. So counting all of them, that is 2 inches. I was incredibly happy with that. So as you can see, the Sierra Match King 77 grain ammunition from Gorilla is pretty darn impressive. But what I didn't mention is for a box of 20, like I just showed you, that was about $21 or $22 or so. So you're a little over $1 a shot for a 223 round. So that's a little pricey. So I was always kind of looking around for other ammunition that's available. And before I used to shoot some Hornady Black 62 grain, which for a barrel with this twist rate of 1 in 7, that is pretty much the lightest you want to go with 62 grain. You really want to go heavier. And so I was at Academy and stumbled upon this. The exact same looking box is that 62 grain stuff, but this is actually not 62 full metal jacket. This is 75 grain boat tail hollow point. This was I forgot what it was. I believe this came out to about 80 cents a shot versus 20, so you nearly saved $0.25 per shot. In fact, it might have been the high end of 70 something cents. But yeah, after all that's done, it's about 80 cents, so it's well under $1 a shot for the 75 grain boat tail hollow point. So I was curious to see how that did, and let's go ahead and show some footage from shooting that, and then we'll go over the target.
But the load shoots great. Oh yeah. Oh. Is there more ammo in your box?
Nope.
I thought I put some Australian Outback in your scabbard. No? We've been out here long enough. Oh well.
Alright, and here is the 5-shot group with the boat tail hollow point 75 grain from Hornady Black. Now this, I do in fact recall pulling this one quite badly. I kind of Was trying to adjust the rear sandbag, trying to get it pivoted a little bit better, but ended up pulling it, so that's a bit low. If I count that, obviously it's terrible for 300 yards. That is a total of 4.25. But as tempting as it is, I would just like to count that out, because I do remember pulling it, and that is about 3 inches. Yeah, I wasn't as confident with my trigger pulls on this group as I was with the other one. But yeah, 3 inches, that is exactly 1 MOA versus the sub-MOA with the 2 at 300 from the 77 grain. Now, how these two would compare if they were on like a vise and just being held completely still, I think they would be pretty darn comparable. But with that said, yeah, just not as confident with this one. I give my trigger pulls here about 8 out of 10 versus 9.5 out of 10 with the other one. I was just more confident. But with that said, it was just worth mentioning the different price points here again. For the Gorilla, it's about a little over $1 a shot versus this is just about 80 cents a shot. So the choice is kind of yours. I just realized now that was out of frame. Actually, one more target I do want to show you guys is at 100 yards with the Bowtail Hall .75 grain black ammunition. This was, like I said, 100 yards. It was initially going to be just sighting in, but it was actually pretty dead on right off the bat. This was 5 shots, believe it or not. There is 1, and then this looks more like 3, but 1 followed right in there. So when we include the outlier, which is really just right there, that is about ½ an inch, if not maybe a little above ½ an inch. But yeah, definitely below 3/4. So yeah, very, very tight there, sub-MOA for sure. Yeah, if we discount that, then that's all touching. So anyway, there's that. We ripped the paper in between there, so I guess that's bullet on bullet technically. I will take that. But anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd show you the 100 yards as well. So as you guys can see, with both ammunition choices, this rifle just performs fantastic. I've shown some groupings that I've had with the 62 grain full metal jackets, and that was pretty darn good as well, but I was using that as I was developing my own skills that obviously still need some developing. But from what you could see with the shooting, I'm not really on the ideal situation as far as bench rest and everything else. I'm just going with what I have at the range. And just pull the trigger when I felt it was ready. And I'll tell you what, like I said, I'm just growing to love this rifle more and more. And if you guys are not familiar with it, this is my Vortex 2.5 210 by 44, and this scope combined with this rifle, it's just a match made in heaven. I'm so happy with it. It's just, of all my rifles, I have to admit, I think this one's my favorite. Just because of the wieldiness of it compared to the Ruger. Although the Ruger is unbelievable and performs way above my capabilities, there's just something about the feeling of this rifle. Yeah, it's just hard to put into words, but I think it quickly became my favorite, and we'll just see how it all plays out, but I really, really do like it. And that's one thing to note with this scope. It is 10 times power. That's what I was using at that time. So 300 yards with 10 power. The sight's kind of far out there, but with that said, it was able to give me groupings that are sub-MOA, and I was pretty darn happy with it. So anyway, that's just a quick little follow-up video. I've already made the review and all that good stuff. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. But anyway, that will do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.